Hey guys, it's Skybird, and today we've got a special video. We are about to hit a huge milestone on Discord, so I wanted to go ahead and take a look at sort of my past as a builder. Today's video is going to feature 3 builds. It'll be my first ever mock that I created with Bionicle, my first Rahi that I ever designed, and my 150th Rahi. So I figured this would be a good look at a progression, how far we have come over the years. But if you like this type of content, make sure to leave a like and subscribe because it does help the channel out. The last month we gained 188 subscribers. Let's see if we can beat that. So first we're gonna take a look at the very first thing I ever created with Bionicle that was my own creation. And it's this right here. The only reason that I can remember distinctly how this looked, because I built this over 20 years ago, is that I was pretty conscious as a young little kid, and I owned one set, and my friend owned a handful of sets. The very first Bionicle set that I ever owned was Tahu Mata. I got it for, I believe, my 7th birthday, but don't quote me on that. And my friend had the Nui Jaga, so I was able to acquire some pieces from him. I'm sure they probably went into my pocket or something. I was young. But I turned it into this guy right here, and the only reason I remember this is because I then lost it for several years and found it at the base of my closet. So that memory is burned into it. It's seared into my eyes, but it is literally this. I don't know exactly how to describe what this is. You can see that I did not alter the original Tahu build. I was not very creative as a child, but I do think that there's a lot of charm here, and you can see at least some little aspects of myself in this model, most notably the orange claw with the orange hand on the opposite side, showing that I do kind of like that more symmetrical look. I could have left the original, hand piece on the Tahu set, and it would have looked great. Well, great to a 7-year-old, surely. But this is how it ended up coming out. I also usually put the ball on the back of my models, and I don't specifically know why I did that, but I did that before that was a thing. Again, it was just an aesthetic that I chose. So this is the very first thing that I ever created with Bionicle in my entire life. It is quite charming. Like I said, I might just throw this in the background of one of these videos just so it's somewhere as a little piece of history. If nothing else, you can say, hey, I saw it first. But let's go ahead and take a look at the very first Rahi that I ever created. More specifically, this is basically the Rahi that I would credit with launching my career as a Rahi builder. And that's it. That's the guy right. I'm laughing so hard I'm going to cough. Anyway, this is what I built. This is a combination model of the Livak Va and Galak Va. Way back in 2017 or 2018, I don't remember distinctly, I challenged myself to take every single Borak Va set and combine every one of 2 colors to make a Rahi. This is something that LEGO already did with 4 of the Borak Va combination model. So there are actually 4 Rahi out there you can check out. The Hapaka, the Infernavica, the Matanui fishing bird. There's one more. The cute one, the Pakawi. Yeah. And those are all great. So I figured I'd go ahead and try to build all of the other possible combinations. And this is the very first one I did. And I was like, oh, cool. It's an antelope. I don't know what kind of antelope looks like this, but it probably needs to see a vet. That said, I think it's still a very interesting build, and if you guys checked out my recent chill build, you know that I ended up turning this into a walrus build. This uses the exact same Livak Va and Galak Va set, but it just looks more endearing in general, and I like the color scheme better, personally. But yeah, that is the very first Rahi that I ever created, at least that I can distinctly remember, in my style, if you will. But that said, it doesn't do anything. It's just a combination model. At the very least, it has a distinct head, distinct eyes, horns that are definitely not antelope horns, but whatever. So, moving on to our 150th Rahi here, we have what I call the Mota Mantis. And this is an excellent build that I have featured in the background of some of my videos in the past. For a while, I ended up taking it apart, most notably to use these lime green sword pieces, because those actually do not come from LEGO. They are bootleg pieces, which I adore. But that said, the air katana is one of my favorite weapons in general, and so this features 4 of them on the set itself. It's got a very striking aesthetic to it, using the old dark gray and lime green, which is a gorgeous color combination in my opinion. And one of the color combinations I consider lucky, if you will. But alongside that, the model itself features just a little wrist flicking motion for its praying mantis hands to grab things, and some little barbs on there as well. And then the wings themselves can be opened for more of a flight mode. The legs, of course, are on ball joints, so it can be pushed toward the back. You can see that I'm getting a lot more versatile with my use of parts, including even attaching a mask on this set, and the arms themselves can be raised and lowered, and then, of course, the head is on a ball joint as well. And even technically, the mouth area is also on a ball joint, which is a little bit interesting, but I absolutely adore the build for this guy. So all of the models in this video, or at least the ones worth showing off, will have a breakdown video here in the future. So if you guys do like this type of content, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. And of course, check this one out. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, we're about to hit a milestone on Discord, and you can help out. We are at 199 Rahi mocks, original Rahi mocks, meaning we are just one away from hitting 200, and I plan on completing that before the end of the year. But instead of just me making a Rahi for myself, I figured, why not allow you to kind of get into the game, right? Have a lot of fun with it. So the idea is that an upcoming video here in the next couple of days is going to be a challenge video where I am going to take a certain number of pieces, or essentially a certain amount of time, one of the two. We'll see exactly what I plan on doing, creating 3 Rahi, and then you get to choose which one is going to be featured as my prominent 200th Rahi, and will go in the center of the collage featuring my newest collection. So that's pretty much it for this video. If you did like this content, again, make sure to like and subscribe. Of course, I've mentioned my Discord twice, so you might as well check that out. That's in the description below, and you can also follow me on Instagram. We are growing there. We are growing in our Discord, and we are growing in YouTube. You might as well jump on board, right? And I will see you all in the next one. Take care.